Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Scratch Social.
Absolutely buzzing that we've gone all in, and I think we're still just as passionate after, a few admin issues of trying to get profiles together and trying to get mics working, and trying to forget, that you're the second option as co-host.
Yeah.
But that's all water on the bridge now. So
Amen. It is only a couple of weeks till Christmas. 2025 is over quite soon. We haven't prepared this, but I just want to know what you think about what's ahead for golf in 2026.
what's ahead for golf in 2026? I think it's a massive year for golf. I think since the since the coronavirus, I think there's been a massive deluge of new golfers, especially in countries where golf is perhaps a bit more open, like Ireland and the UK, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and in America, where it's maybe not as open. But even there, you're talking, participation rates through the roof. So I think 2026 for golf, I think it's going to be another bumper year. I think it's going to keep growing. I think you're still going to see like that street style and that modern day Gen Z culture come into golf. That's what they talked about us or me at 38 in the early noughties wearing mock necks. Remember those? Tiger came out with a collarless top, a mock neck.
I'm wearing one.
Like this. Yeah. That Minwoo Lee now is a big fan of. So yeah, I think we're going to see what I love, like the gear and the equipment will always be good, but like the apparel, I think will step up its game again. For golf tourism, it's always big for Ireland, but I think it's going to reach out to the areas of the country that will have bump years, like the Northwest, like the Southeast, like Ancient East, I think people actually call it now. So fair play Tourism Ireland, Americans that have got the message, because we are spoilt in this country, in Ireland, for the number of golf courses, but also like the quality of said golf courses. I don't know the stat. It was said at the Irish Golf Tourism event or point of recognition by the US ambassador in the Fairfield estate that we were both at a couple of weeks ago. What a night that was, with Anna Liguri and the who's who. So what did I say? That was quite funny. I got a chuckle off a couple of people. I said it was like the charter plane.
Oh, to the PGA show.
To the PGA show. It was all in one room.
I really liked that.
Because I didn't want to say, well, if a bomb went off, the Irish golf industry would be kind of screwed. You can't do that in a US ambassador's house. Is come out with a statement like that. But yeah, what I was going to say. But the stat was like, Ireland has, 3% of all golf courses, but 30% of all the links courses.
Something like that.
Something like that. I have to fact check that. So yeah, if you do know the stat, if you were there on that night, or if you actually do know the stat, hit us a DM at Scratch Social HQ, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or email us at podcast@scratchsocialhq.com. There we go. I got the call to actions out without any hassle. There we go.
Well done. Golden star.
Have a glass of whiskey when I'm finished.
I agree with you. I think 2026, the game is going to keep growing. I think women's golf, I know it's a topic that's been sort of like a hot topic for the last 2 years, but actually we have seen the growth and the development of it. And I think it is not going to slow down. I think women's golf is going to speed up. There's more eyeballs on it. There's more sponsorship. There's more tournaments. There's more money in it. We've obviously got the Ryder Cup coming to Ireland. We have the Walker Cup coming to the south of Ireland. We've got the Irish Open, the KPMG Women's Irish Open, Women's Irish Challenge. I think if I were to what are those prediction balls, like a glass ball? What are they called?
An 8 ball. Is it like shake the 8 ball, is it?
Yeah, like if I had an 8 ball, I would imagine that participation rates in Ireland are going to grow next year as well. So yeah, I think it's in a really, really good spot, and I'm so excited for 2026.
News. Now, I know we're doing back-to-back episodes, but we tried to pull a lot of information together, a lot of pre-production, a lot of Notion, a lot of WhatsApp to put these episodes together. So news. I have all the news this week. So the European Club, by now, at time of posting this episode, will have closed. So post Pat Ruddy era, it was bought for a sizable amount. And my good friend Conor Russell is the GM, and they are closing. And they're closing because they are basically have their strategy and have their plan, and they're going to revamp aspects and update and modernize. And I don't know the ins and outs, but it got me thinking, we cannot play the European Club for a ballpark 18 months, maybe even 2 years. So what golf courses are there that we can play, in terms of what are 2 or 3 golf courses, Eimear, that you want to play next year. Because I'm all for making a plan, because I'm married, I have 3 kids, a job, and 2 podcasts. And I'm trying to get better at golf. So I need to plan. So 3 golf courses, Eimear, that you want to play. Maybe it's you're on holiday somewhere, or you're somewhere at work, and you're skive off for a 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. tea time. With 3 places.
Yeah, I do. I have about 50 places because we are spoiled for golf in Ireland. I would say I really want to play Galway Bay. I think it looks absolutely amazing. All I've done
Oh,
is
it's a
seen
beaut.
films. Yeah,
It's
I
a beaut.
really, really want to play Galway Bay. Also, Headfort. Headfort has 2 golf courses. They have a championship course and then your regular parkline course.
They have
And
a new one and an old one, I think is what
yeah,
they call it, do they?
yeah, new and old. Exactly. I have walked it. I've driven around it in a buggy, and I'm so excited to play that. I think that's going to turn into one of Ireland's like major hidden gems. And then I would say
The Challenge Tour was there in like
that's
2018,
right.
maybe. Or it was pre-COVID. It's like, it was amazing. Everything's like pre or post-COVID. It
And
was
they've
like
had a
2018 or
women's amateur
2019.
event there as well. I'm pretty sure,
That's
which is
right.
cool. And I really want to play the island. Never played the island. Really want to play it. Looks amazing.
It's class.
Yeah,
It's
looks
class.
really, really good.
They made some changes, and I played it post-changes. When I said, "Oh, I've played the island," they were like, "Oh, what do you think of the changes?" And I was like, "Well, it was the first time I played it, so it was great." But yeah, it's class. It's class place, class spot.
Yeah,
Shares
it is.
shares a fence with Corporis. It's a class piece of land, that part of Dublin.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you mine. You ready for mine? Mine are biggies. Mine are biggies. I've been trying to get to these places for a long time, so I'm trying to make time to play these places. One is Port Salon, to kind of finish off my VS map of Ireland that I have here. There's only 1 or 2 spots left. So Port Salon is, or Port Salon. Let me know. Ryan up there, who's a member, let me know how to pronounce that properly. It's Port Salon or Port Salon, like Christopher would say. Christopher's, his favourite subject in school is French. For a fellow who didn't speak a word till he was 3.5, he's doing multiple languages, but his favourite subject is French. But he does it all in a Kerry French accent, which is hilarious. It's hilarious. So when you meet him, I'll have to ask him to speak a bit of French.
Yeah.
So Port Salon is on my list. Number 2 is a biggie, is Royal Birkdale. Hosts the Open next year.
Class.
So I'm going to try and swing that one when I'm in the area for some tech sales, if you get me. And the third one is, what did I say? The Royal Birkdale and Port Salon, and I have a third one that I haven't played. It's down in Cork. Cian, it's not McNamara, is it? It's Cian
Yeah.
McNamara?
Cian
Is he the jockey or is he
McNamara.
the PGA Pro? Cian
My
McNamara
cousin.
is the pro. Town. I
Monkstown.
want to play Monkstown.
Cian McNamara is my cousin once removed. So his dad and my mom are first cousins, and he's also my business partner in Paddle LK. So there you go.
Telling me you're
Monkstown
from
looks
Ireland.
amazing.
Telling me you're from Ireland without telling me you're from Ireland. So yeah, that's one bit of news.
Nice.
Second bit of news is about Liv. Now, it's not really about Liv. It's about Danny Puig, who won on the DP World Tour. He won the Spanish. No, he is Spanish, but he won the BMW Australian PGA Championship 2 weeks ago by the time this goes out. But I've a connection with David. So he went to Arizona State. So he would have been in Arizona State, I think, the same time maybe as Olivia Mahaffey. Don't think he crossed over to win Beth Coulter's now in Arizona State. But I came across him because I was in New Jersey on holiday in 2022. Sister lives over there. And I knew Mark Power was playing the US Amateur. Good Kenny played for Ireland, played the Walker Cup twice. And so I Googled, I was in the couch with my sister-in-law. So this is how much planning I did for this holiday. And I was like, where is the US Amateur at? So I Googled the US Amateur 2022. And I was like, oh, it's in Rochester. I was like, where's Rochester? I was like, oh, Sheena, it's an hour away. Mark's playing tomorrow. You've planned to go shopping tomorrow. So do you mind if I, take a day? She's like, yeah, sure. Because, she's hanging out with her sister. So Peter arrived. So I got a day.
Class.
So off to Rochester, which is, or not Rochester, Ridgewood Country Club. And this was free to go. You didn't have to pay. But the setup, it was all run by the USGA. Incredible. There was shuttle bus to the car park, no charge, all this stuff. Walk around the clubhouse, no panic. Certain areas were closed off, of course. But I couldn't go over the standard of the golf course was ridiculous. Like I'd been to the amateur when it was in Portmarnock in the island. I was going to follow Mark Power. So I went to watch Mark Power. But there was this skinny Spanish lad. So I was there taking pictures as well. And this guy was It was absolute baller. Now the standard was, I'd been to the amateur watching Sugar win. So I'd seen like the British amateur. The level of the US amateur, like pound for pound, golfer wise, was a massive step up in terms of like ball striking, like game management. They were like, they're good in the amateur, but this was different gravy, baby. This, like, you just knew, like, these guys are tracking for bigger things. And one of those guys was David Puig, Arizona State, and was absolutely ripping the ball cover off. Incredible short game. So when his name popped up last week, I was like, I know that guy. I gave him the Irish wink and a handshake and best luck there, David, in his round in Rageville back in 2022. And I'm sure that is the level of support that propelled him now to, where he is today. But it was just funny. I was like, yeah, I've got pictures of him on my camera roll at Impact, just after Impact. Yeah, which is a full circle moment for me, not so much for David, because he went from college straight to live. So this was his first official start, I think, on the DP World Tour, and won. But yeah, that's my little bit of nonsense news, maybe. But yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting.
That's good. Fair play to him. So is he gone from live to the DP World Tour now, or is that a co-sanction?
No, I think he's playing both, like the Hattons, like Tyrrell. I think he's playing both. I don't think he's moved over. I think he's just got DP World Tour status. But there we go.
Nice.
There we go.
That's good news.
It is good news.
So something as well that we should probably, I don't talk to people a lot about this because it used to be like a hot topic and now it's not, but a story recently reminded me of it. What's your opinion of the world handicap system?
I think it works.
Me too.
Now, send us DMs about that, everyone, because I know it's contentious. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it only works for the high handicappers. I think it works. I think it works if you play enough rounds of golf. That's where I think it works, and you track and you score enough rounds of golf. I'll tell you a very short story. So my husband only started golf like 3 years ago, and he finally got his handicap last year. Yeah, Kevin only started like 3 years ago, and 3.5. He's really good now. Plays off 11 now, and he's an actual 11. But about 18 months ago, we were playing in East Clare and his handicap was 20 on the world handicap system. And he was shooting this amazing round. It was just the two of us. He was probably, I'm going to say, 1 over going on to the 17th. So I said to him, right, absolute bandit.
I'll stop playing and I'm just going to caddy for you now for your last 2 holes and we'll just stay focused. Anyway, fires the 17th, bogeys the 18th, misses like a 1-footer putt. He was so disappointed. He shot 2 over. It was absolutely amazing. It was the best round of golf I'd ever seen him play, and still to this day. Anyway, I said to him, right, upload that now to the world.
2 over off 20, real solid.
Yeah, amazing. Now, but this is where things went a little bit wrong. Because I said to him, right, Kev, add that now to the app and, add it to your handicap or whatever. Now, he hadn't obviously added enough scores and he said, I don't know. He said, like, this could drop a lot of shots. And I said, no, it won't. I said, it will just average it. It will. So the next day we wake up, and this was 2 days before we were playing a competition together. We woke up and what was his handicap on the world handicap system?
4.
1. I nearly died.
Oh, because if he didn't have enough rounds, the way it works, it's 8 of the best 20, but like if you've only 11 scores in, it'll take the best 2 or something, or the best 3.
I just remember the shock on his face. And I remember like debating with him the night before. I'm like, Kev, would you just do it? Come on, you want to get your handicap down. You have to. And he was like, no, this will drop me like 10 or 15 shots and I'm not that good. And anyway, so it was a really funny moment. And then he had to work very, very hard to hand in a lot of scorecards. And now his official handicap, I think it's like 11.3 or 4, which is amazing. So yeah. So if anybody has any world handicap stories like that, where you just dropped 18 shots in one go, please let us know.
Yeah. No, I think it works. I like WHS. I think it works, but I have a caveat in that I do not think casual rounds should count.
Agree.
And especially 9 holes should absolutely not count. Now, I understand why casual rounds do count. However, for participation, to help, like, I don't get to play a lot of golf. Like, my last 20 rounds of golf goes back 2 years, and I've only 3 casuals in because I just don't like doing it. Because it's not the same. It is not the same. There needs to be a scorecard in your pocket, blah, blah, blah. But I do think an update, a new release for WHS in Ireland could be that, like they do for the championships. Now, I think for the championships, it's a manual calculation. In that, if you have casuals, they run a calculation that your handicap actually changes. So like, there's a different weighting for casual scores. So if you're looking to get into one of the championships of Ireland or one of the major events on Golf Ireland's schedule, if your best 8 aren't competition scores, so if 7 of them are, that one casual score that's counting, like there'll be a lever that will affect your handicap more. So it won't count as much as competition. It won't be as linear. So I think if they can build that in to WHS, like that it's an automation or a workflow. This is the world I live in day to day, 9 to 5. Yeah, I know it can be done, right? It just takes resources and money. Nothing will fix it like more money and a positive attitude. So if Golf Ireland can do that. But that's the update, I think, would appease a lot of the frustration in scenarios like Kevin that one time, in that because there's a small percentage of fiddlers, but like Kevin's new to the game, had a great day, it happens. But he just needs to get to 8 scores for that to level out for himself. But if he came in with another 2 over and another 2 over, and that would be an issue. Like Captain's Prize week and then President's Prize week the week after, then we have then we have an issue. Right?
We do.
But that's my caveat for WHS is working, but it could work a whole lot better with such a type of release. So if folks have their ideas, then send them in. Send them in. You know where we live, at Scratch Social HQ, on the social webs, and the emails, podcast at scratchsocialhq.com. That's where we live.
Okay, so thank you for your take on the WHS. Thought that was really interesting. Now, let's move on to the next segment of the show. I put together a couple of this or that's that I would like to ask you, Paddy. So you've no time to think. Just give us your first thought, and we'll see.
This is after doing 2 episodes in a row. There's too many Paddy monologues needed. Cut this fella down. Go for it. This or that. No stories. Hard facts. Let's go.
1-word answers. Drive or 3-wood?
Driver.
Walk or drive?
Walk.
Early or late tee time?
Early. First out.
Links or parkland?
Links.
Long par 5 or short par 4?
Short par 4.
Range session or short game practice?
Short game practice. Get creative. Sorry. 4 words.
Blades or cavity backs?
Blades. Golf nerd.
Skins match or serious stroke play?
Skins match. Bit of crack.
Attend the Masters or the Ryder Cup?
In the Masters. Because I've done the other one.
Risky shot over water or safe layup?
Risky shot over water. I'm here on holidays. Let's go.
Last question. Post-round drink, a beer or a sports drink?
Beer if I'm not driving.
Thank you.
Normally it's a cappuccino, but the best porter. Yeah, give us a Guinness.
Very good. Interesting. If anybody has any different opinions, please send us a DM. I'm fairly even to you on these. Love a long par 5, but I also love a short par 4, so I'm a bit indifferent on some of them. But yeah.
Up and down time. What is your up of the week, Miss Mix?
So my up of the week is there's so many ups at the moment. Things are good. My up is that I have no downs. That's what I'll say. What is your up of the week before we go into down?
Let's take that for a second now, right? Everything's going great. Let's celebrate that. Let's reflect on how things are going great. Let's take a minute and recognize the fact that we love it. That you're loving life at the moment. Because there'll be enough times when it's hard.
True.
So when we're finished, when we press stop recording now, go make yourself a cup of tea and celebrate that.
Love that. Yeah.
There won't be many weeks when there's no downs, so take it.
Yeah.
Absolutely take it.
Maybe if we've 7 days between an episode, there might be a down or two. Pretty
yeah, maybe.
So tip.
100%. Up and down of the week. I have 2 ups. So one is the 1st of December. And I've all my Christmas shopping done. For everyone in this house. So yes, my parents, it's coming. But for my wife and the kids live in this house. And the second up is the time this is going live. I will have been at Amble at the 3 Arena last Thursday. And I will be able to say it was fantastic. Because they are fantastic. And they are the sound of 2025, I think, for me. And for a lot of people. And I think if you were on Instagram between April and now, and you were sharing a somewhat scenic view of Ireland, you were putting an Amble song on it. So it was all over my feed everywhere. But I was listening to them before they were selling out arena.
You're one of the OGs, one of the loyals.
One of the OGs, absolutely. So big fan of them. And there's a banjo in it. And I play the banjo. So absolutely Amble. Down of the week. My down of the week is I have to work a couple of days on Christmas. So, like half an hour ago when I said, I'm like numbers done and like that's great and mental health, no stress. But now because of my number done, I got a text and I have to work. I have to do a couple of days over the Christmas. Work from home. Will there be work done? Absolutely yes, to all of my colleagues and people listening to the show right now. But yeah, we'll potentially be in first gear. But yeah,
Could be
that's the down. So not the worst. Not the worst thing. Yeah, 100%. First world problems. Absolutely. But yeah, that's episode 3. Done and dusted, Eimear.
well done. This is good. Hopefully
This
our
is
listeners
good.
enjoy it. As we've always asked, feedback, segment ideas.
And we'll keep asking, like, expect it. Every episode, we want the feedback. The good, the bad. Was the audio clippy? Did you not appreciate Paddy talking so much? Maybe you want Eimear to have her own show.
Yeah. You never know.
You know, it's in you,
No,
100%.
we're co-hosts. We're in it. We're in it together. We're doing 52 weeks of this. See where it takes us.
But let us know how we're doing. Let us know how we're doing. All right.
Yeah.
You know where we live. From me, Paddy.
And me, Eimear.
Talk to you next week.
Good luck.